Taliban's rise raises security concerns for India, Rajnath Singh. ICC T20 World Cup, India faces Pakistan on October 24th in Dubai. Councilman to run for mayor of Johns Creek, 2020 Starz exclusive interview with John Bradberry. Hello and welcome to 2020 Starz Farafat News. Thanks so much for your increasing support to our show and channel. Please keep on giving us your encouragement by liking and sharing this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. You can also watch this show on timestars.com. Now, without any further ado, let's start our Farafat News. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Friday conveyed to his Australian counterpart Peter Dutton that the rise of Taliban raises serious security concerns for India and the region, as the terror groups having bases in Afghanistan could get further support to expand their activities. The India delegation flagged concerns over the possible implication of the Taliban's capture of power for the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir, as there are apprehensions over spillover of terrorist activities from Afghanistan to the Union territory, the sources said.
मोहब्बत की राह हो मेरा कर तो तेरे रश्के कमर तेरे रश्के कमर पूरा प्यारी नजर सबसे मिलाई लगा तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना तेरे बिन नहीं लगता दिल मेरा ढोलना अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन। यूएसए, मैं हूं राहत अली खान और मैं 2 साल के बाद आप लोगों से मुलाकात करने के लिए आ रहा हूं अक्टूबर नवंबर में, और एक नए शो को लेके, एक नए किस्म के प्रोग्रामिंग को लेके, नए OSTs लेके, बॉलीवुड का न्यू स्टफ़ लेके। कव्वाली आप लोग सब फ़ैन हैं, मैं जानता हूं, और 2 साल के बाद आप सब लोगों से मुलाकात होगी अक्टूबर नवंबर में। आप लोगों से मुलाकात करने के लिए हमारे यूएसए। अपना ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।
I love my fans. I love you.
The ICC T20 World Cup is just around the corner, and with the schedule released by the International Cricket Committee (ICC), fans are gearing up for the T20 extravaganza, which will be co-hosted by Oman and UAE. The T20 World Cup is scheduled to commence from October 17 onwards and will continue with the final being played on November 14th. The 2020 T20 World Cup was originally to be played in India. However, due to the devastating COVID-19 wave this year, the BCCI and the ICC agreed to shift the venue to Oman and UAE. The Men in Blue start their campaign against arch rivals Pakistan, one of the most anticipated clashes in any international cricket tournament. India faces Pakistan on October 24th in Dubai. Team India have an edge over their neighbours, as Pakistan has never beaten India in T20 World Cup match. The last time the two sides faced was in the 2016 T20 World Cup at Eden Gardens, and in a low-scoring affair. India won by 6 wickets.
Hello, my name is Priyanka, and here we are sitting with John Bradberry. He is running for mayor of Johns Creek. So, John, tell me something about yourself.
Okay. Well, first off, I'm going to be your next mayor, and I've got the experience, I've got the competence, the vision, and I'm running because Johns Creek is my home. I want this to be the best community that it can be, and I bring a breadth and depth of life experience to the job of mayor. So, I was in the Marine Corps. I served honorably for 8 years. I have been running my own business now for almost 20 years. Before I got elected to council, I started a group called Preserve Johns Creek to preserve the residential quality of Johns Creek and to protect our quality of life. And before that, I was president of my homeowner association. And so I want to bring that experience, that knowledge to the job of mayor to advance our community in the future. And I'm really excited about the future of Johns Creek.
I want to know that why you would be a mayor. Why do you think that you would be a mayor?
So I have been someone that has not simply just shown up to council. I've actually tried to take a very proactive role. So I've been the person that has crafted the creative compromises necessary to move legislation forward. I have been the person that has written the legislation on complex issues that has eventually gotten passed. I've been somebody that has made the arguments that have shaped the debate or offered the ideas that have created a new consensus. I think that those are skills that you're going to want in your future mayor. And so if past performance is any indication of future performance as mayor, then I think I'm the only qualified candidate.
Like, what is your legacy that you want to tell people?
If there is any one single thing, it would be that I really want the people of Johns Creek to feel like that we came together, that we became a united community, that we overcame any differences. We're always going to have perhaps differences of opinion, but I would hope that maybe by my example and I hope my leadership that we would realize that we can disagree without being disagreeable. And no matter what our problems are, no matter what our issues are, let's deal with them as fellow citizens, as neighbors, and whenever possible as friends. And so that may sound idealistic, but again, we should not be divided. We should be united. And I think that no matter what the issue is, we're going to be more successful as long as we stay focused on it.
I have heard about your slogan, Forward Together. So what does that mean exactly?
So Forward Together is inspired by the fact that it seems like when you turn on the TV, there are people out there that really want to divide us. They want to turn us against each other. And I reject that. I don't believe in that. That goes against everything that I believe in. When you think about it, Johns Creek, we are the most diverse city in Georgia. And yet, we are all in Johns Creek for basically the same reasons. We all want our kids to have a great education. We want our families to live in safety. And, we want a high quality of life. And those are all noble pursuits. Those are things that unite us. We should never allow anyone or anything to divide us. I think if we stay focused on the fact that we are one people, one community, I know that we're going to be more successful at tackling our common community goals.
So what else do you plan for the future of Johns Creek?
So basically I have 3 big priorities that I want to focus on. So the first one is safety first. It is known that Johns Creek is a very safe community. That's been our past. The question is, will we be safe in the future? I think that it is vitally important. The first and foremost responsibility of government is to ensure the public safety. That will be my focus. So when we had people that were saying that we should defund the police, I spoke out publicly and forcefully against that. Not a good idea. When people were vilifying the police, I was going publicly and strongly against that, because I know that if we don't maintain public safety, really there is no other issue that is going to be as important if we don't have that. And so safety first, that's a very big deal. I want to say, I am very committed, I'm very open to any reform or innovation or change that we can make with our Johns Creek Police Department to make what they do more accountable, more transparent, to make sure that the application of justice is done equally and fairly among all people, and that we're protecting all people. But at the same time, I'm never going to play politics with the police. I'm not going to do anything that interferes with their ability to keep the residents of Johns Creek safe and secure. So that's one thing. You've already heard me talk about building greater community. I really think that that's a big thing that we can do to increase quality of life, to make the desirability of Johns Creek high, which is going to ultimately impact the quality of our schools, because that's another big focus. I'll be the mayor that makes the town center happen. I'm going to make sure that it's unique, that it's vibrant, but I'll also make sure that it's to scale and that's keeping within the character of Johns Creek, so that it's an asset and amenity for our residents, and that it doesn't overwhelm our schools or our traffic. And so that's kind of my vision for how to build greater community. When it comes to the Indian community, to me, the Indian community is already such an integral part. It's really part of the tapestry of Johns Creek. And, their contributions are very evident. Often at City Council, they are, often the people that give public comment. We've got 3 people that are running for council that are of Indian origin. I'm hopeful that we will have our first Indian, native to be a city council member. But, just take things like I Heart Johns Creek, which is our initiative to make Johns Creek a health and wellness destination. I would love to tap into the large medical community that we have so many Indian doctors and medical professionals. I think that they could really bring a lot to that. One of the things that I'll get to do as mayor is I will be able to name an executive aide, and I'm going to task that person with making sure that we are staying abreast of what is going on in the Indian community, and also making sure the Indian community knows what we're trying to do and what we're up to, so that there's more collaboration, more partnership, and of course I'll be involved in a lot of those activities as well. But I feel very strongly that the Indian community is not only currently a big part of the community, but they can become an even bigger part of the community as we move forward. Whether it's different events, celebrations of Diwali or Holi in our community, but also just all the many things that we can do together.
Thank you very much, John. It's really nice to talk to you and to know about your future plans, your views, and how you are connected with our community, and especially with the Indian community. We are very pleased to have you here. So thank you very much.
Thank you to Fatafut News and 2020 News.
Pandya, you can find all kind of gems, stones, beads, pearls, jewelry, all at affordable rates and under one roof at Beats After Beats.
Well, that's all in this bulletin. If you like this show, please subscribe to our channel and share this video as much as you can. You can also watch this show on timestars.com. Till next time, this is your host Namita signing off. Bye-bye.